Sade, it's me, your sister. Who let her in? I came to see you. It's been so long. I heard you got married. I'm so proud of you. You shouldn't be here. I raised you, Sade. I only came to see how you're doing. Raised me? Look at you. You're dirty. You don't belong in this house. Sade, I sold water for you. I went hungry for you. And I've moved on from that life. I'm still your sister. No. I told my husband my family is dead. So I'm dead to you? Leave. And don't come back.
But before we discover what happened next, please like and share, and also comment where you are watching from. Now sit down well, let's begin. The village of Iroko slept under the hush of palm trees and red dust, where every footstep told a story and every face carried history. Long before betrayal took root, there were two sisters, Amara and Sade. Amara, the elder, had eyes that seemed older than her years, steady and watchful. Sade, the younger, was bright and restless, her laughter quick, her dreams even quicker. Their parents, Adisa and Morenike, were known throughout Iroko, not for wealth, but for dignity. Adisa farmed a small piece of land with hands hardened by seasons, while Morenike sold food by the roadside, her voice warm enough to make strangers linger. They had little, but they had enough. Enough to eat, enough to laugh, enough to believe tomorrow would come gently. Until the year it didn't. It began with a sickness no one understood. At first, it was just a fever. Morenike complained of heat in her bones. Adisa said it was nothing, that she only needed rest. But then the coughing came, deep, tearing coughs that echoed through their small home at night. Within weeks, both parents were ill. The village whispered. Some said it was a curse. Others said it was the bad water from the river that had turned strange that season. There was no doctor nearby, no money for distant hospitals, only herbs, prayers, and waiting. Amara remembered the night her mother's hand grew cold in hers. Morenike had tried to speak, but her voice had faded into a whisper of air. "Take care of your sister." Those were her last words. Adisa followed days later, his body too weak to fight what had already taken everything from him. And just like that, childhood ended. Amara was barely 16. Sade was 12. There were no relatives willing to take them in, not without conditions that would have split them apart. Amara refused. So she became everything. She rose before dawn, fetched water from a distant stream, and began selling it under the scorching sun. Her feet hardened against the burning earth, her skin darkened and cracked, but she did not stop. When there was food, she made sure Sade ate first. When there wasn't, she drank water and told her stomach to be quiet. Sade continued school. That was Amara's only rule. "You will not stop," she said one evening, her voice firm despite the exhaustion in her bones. "You will go further than this village. You will not live like this." Sade nodded, though she didn't fully understand the weight of those words. Years passed. Amara grew thinner, tougher. Sade grew smarter, sharper. The villagers began to talk, not with pity anymore, but with something close to admiration. "She has sacrificed everything," they said of Amara. And it was true. She sold her mother's cooking pots to pay school fees. She gave up her chance to learn tailoring when she couldn't afford both. She endured insults, hunger, loneliness. The bus carried her away in a cloud of dust. Amara watched until there was nothing left to see. The city changed Sade. At first, she wrote letters, long ones filled with excitement, struggles, and gratitude. But as time passed, the letters became shorter. Then they stopped. Months turned into years. Amara heard news through others. Sade had done well, very well. She had moved in different circles now, wealthy ones, important ones. And then came the final news. Sade had married a billionaire. A man whose name was spoken with awe, even in distant villages. Amara's heart swelled. She wept that night, not from pain, but from relief. It had all been worth it. Everything. She prepared herself carefully before traveling to the city. She wore her cleanest dress, though it was faded with age, and wrapped her hair neatly. Her hands, rough from years of labor, trembled slightly as she clutched the small bag she carried. When she arrived at the mansion, it felt like stepping into another world. Tall gates, shining floors, air that smelled of luxury. She gave her name. "I am here to see my sister, Sade." The guards exchanged glances but allowed her in. Inside, everything gleamed. And then she saw her. Sade stood at the top of a grand staircase, draped in elegance, her posture refined, her face untouched by hardship. For a moment, Amara smiled. "Sade!" But the smile faded, because Sade did not smile back. Instead, her eyes narrowed. "Who let her in?" she asked sharply. Amara blinked, confused. "It's me, Amara, your sister." There was a pause, a long, cold pause. Then Sade laughed, but there was no warmth in it. "I don't have a sister," she said. The words fell like stones. Amara's breath caught. "Sade, what are you saying?" Sade descended the stairs slowly, her gaze sweeping over Amara's worn clothes, her calloused hands. "You can't come here looking like this," she said, her voice low but cutting. "Do you want to embarrass me?" "I came to see you," Amara whispered. "I came because—" "Because what?" Sade snapped. "Because you think we are still the same? Look at you. You're dirty, illiterate. You don't belong here." Amara stood frozen. "You told him?" Sade continued, gesturing vaguely. "You told my husband you are my family?" "I am your family," Amara said, her voice breaking. Sade's expression hardened. "I told my husband my family is dead." Silence. Heavy. Final. "Leave," Sade said, "and don't come back." Amara left without another word. The gates closed behind her with a sound that echoed longer than it should have. She returned to Oroko, and she continued, selling water, living quietly, as if nothing had happened. Years passed again, but this time the wind changed. Whispers began to spread, this time from the city. The billionaire husband had fallen. Business deals gone wrong, wealth lost, allies turned enemies. The empire crumbled faster than it had risen. And Sade, who had built her new life on fragile ground, found herself with nothing. No money, no friends, no place in the world she had chosen over her past. She returned to Oroko, not in luxury, but in silence. Her clothes simple, her face tired, her pride gone. When she reached the small roadside where Amara still sold water, she stopped. Amara looked up. Their eyes met. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Sade fell to her knees. "I was wrong," she whispered, her voice shaking. "I lost everything. Everything. I thought it would last forever." Amara said nothing. Sade's tears fell freely now. "I denied you, the one who gave me everything, and now I have nothing left." Amara studied her quietly. Time had changed them both, but not in the same way. Finally, Amara spoke. "Nothing in this life stays the same," she said calmly. "Not poverty, not wealth, not power." Sade lowered her head. "And those who forget where they come from," Amara continued, "often find themselves with nowhere to return to." The wind moved softly through the trees. In that moment, the village seemed to listen. Amara turned back to her work, lifting a container of water as the sun burned overhead. Sade remained on her knees, understanding now what she had once refused to see. That everything she had built could vanish, and that what she had thrown away had been the only thing that might have remained. And so the story is told. No matter how high you rise, never forget the hands that lifted you. Because wealth fades, power shifts, and life changes without warning. But the consequences of forgetting can last forever.